Well, good afternoon, maybe evening for some of you. I'd really like to do these videos earlier, but I'm actually out on Vancouver Island and have been out to sea much in the morning and been out bicycle riding and haven't had any service, but living an extraordinary life as I hope that you are getting to do. And part of the reason why I put these videos together is so that you can live a more extraordinary life. I hope you're ready living one, but maybe some of these things will help bring even more light, love, and fun into your life. Um, I'd really love to start off telling you why I do these videos, and really that's what it comes down to is I know this stuff works for me, and I've seen it work for so many other people, and it's so exciting to see how things happen. And I've been doing this series about how to get anything you want, and today is actually it's not really part of the series, but it's an add-on for it. It's a bonus. It's another additional piece that's so important you can do. So if you haven't been building out your blueprint for success is what I'm really starting to call it now because it just shows you a perfect path. That's okay. But think about some of these things. What we do today is going to cumulatively affect you for the rest of your life. So when you procrastinate or get into your head too much and overthink things, you don't do what you're intuitively saying you should do, or you impulsively should do. Like a big piece of you that like you need to just get moving, right? And a lot of us will take a break and think about something. Oh, I'll do that later or whatever. But if it's tied into something we want and some goal that we want, we really need to take action on that really immediately. And and that cumulative effect of small little changes add up to such an amazing experience in life. And it's really just the small things that we end up doing that end up adding up to be what our results are. So if there's anything that just kind of inclines you to do something towards your goal, you need to immediately stop what you're doing and just get on it. Take some kind of action, even if it's just writing down a piece of information or a thought, or picking up the phone and just making a 5-minute phone call and setting up an appointment to make sure you're going to do it in the future. What we do today is going to have compounding returns, and it makes a huge difference. We can either live with this struggle of constantly trying to grow and having that discipline to make sure we do those things, or we can live with the regret that we didn't do those things later on. You know, Discipline and taking action right now is a little bit stressful because when you're making change, there's always going to be a little stress. When you're on autopilot, that's when you got to be scared, right? Like everything's just going just fine. You got to always push yourself just a little bit, whatever, at least just a little bit. Otherwise, you'll spend time later when you can't do those things anymore, and you'll have regrets that you didn't take advantage of the opportunities. I'm sure you have some of those, and it's great to know that you have them. It's even more important to let go of them so you can move forward because you are where you are. You're exactly where you need to be in this moment to move forward. But at the same time, use it as fuel that you're going to not ever doubt yourself and actually make those moves so that you can actually get what you want in the future and get what you want right this second, and being satisfied with taking one small action right now and know that that's where you are, and you just moved a little bit closer. Again, it can be the smallest thing. It can be writing down a sentence. It can be picking up the phone and setting up an appointment to make sure that you actually go and test drive that new car that you always wanted, or writing the resume that you need to write so you can look for the job that you want, or signing up for the class so you can learn a new skill that you want. It can be any one of those things. When you feel the need and the urge to do it, if it aligns with your goals, that's the universe giving you a gift saying, hey, be excited about this. If that means going to the gym immediately, stop what you're doing. And if you can't stop, maybe that means you can take a pause and do 10 push-ups. And maybe while you're down there, it'll turn into 20 push-ups. Or maybe it will be picking up the phone to make an appointment to go with somebody you need to go with, or scheduling a trainer. But taking that immediate action is going to make a huge difference in what happens for you tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and get into that habit, it builds upon itself. And the reason why having that blueprint is so important, and having what your goals and your desires is so important, is to make sure that you can choose the right impulse. That I'm not just impulsively making a move that's going to be not moving me towards what I want. If you build out that blueprint and you have a list of your goals and you know how you want to accomplish these things and what you want to attract into your life, again, they want you just as bad as you want them. But at the end of the day, if you don't make a plan for yourself, guess what's going to happen? Somebody else is going to make a plan for you. And then you're going to end up doing all these things for all these other people. And I'm sure you've experienced this. I know I've experienced this, where I didn't make this plan for myself, and then I end up getting swept away in the current of everybody else's motion, and life ends up taking over, and I'm not choosing the direction I want to go in. I'm just going for this ride, and it's freaking chaotic. It's so crazy when you do it that way. Whereas if you take that time and make the plan for yourself, then other people won't make a plan for you. They might try, but you won't even allow it to happen. And what actually will happen is you'll attract other people that want to support you in your plan, because they see that you've got a passion and you've got a drive and you've got some direction, and people are looking for that. They're looking for that inspiration. So when you have that plan and you're taking some small steps and moving towards it, you'll start to build some momentum, and people will jump on board and really, really, really want to go along for that ride with you, and they'll support you and help you. And they might only support and help you for, a minute or a week or a couple of years, and they might have to go on to their own plan, and you have to be able to let go of them and be okay with that, because they're letting you go after your plan and your dreams. So make sure that you have that direction in your life, because if you fill up your time and your energy with that direction, then nobody can steer you off of it. And that's not to say you can't deviate, right? And you can't take a break and help somebody that needs help, and that's great. It's great to do that kind of stuff. But knowing what your focus is, everything will start to intertwine with that, and you'll build momentum in there. And that's why they say either go after your dreams, or somebody will hire you to go after theirs and build theirs. So you've got to really participate, and part of participation is just thinking. It's just thinking about what you want and making sure the actions you take align with that. And we forget to do it because we get into these habits and we do the things we've always done and have these same thoughts that we've always had, and we keep replaying them in our head. But if you take the time to map out what you want and just do a little piece of it every single time you get that intuition or that impulse towards your goal, and take action as quickly as possible, you're going to get more. You're going to get so much more, and it's so rewarding. And as you start to do this, guess what happens? You get more and more. It's so cool. It's like sometimes I can't even believe about where my life was just, a year ago. It still was amazing a year ago. But now I'm like, I get so excited for every single day, and I'm like, it's just, what is going to happen to me, and when it's something scary, it's like I just throw my hands up like I'm on a roller coaster, like, woo, this is scary, but it's going to be fun. It's going to bring some serious growth in it. But that's up to you. You've got to take the initiative to build out your blueprint. So definitely know what you want. Just know what you want, and make sure you take the time to think about it and take some action on it. Take some small action on it every single day. And some days maybe you'll have the energy or the time to do big actions. If it means you have to get up 10 minutes earlier every morning to reread those things, if it means you have to let somebody else drive and you sit in the passenger seat just to read your goals and think about how they're going to happen and how good it's going to feel to have them happen, you don't even have to think about how you're going to make them happen, because that will come in as you're doing this stuff. Yeah, actually, absolutely. Baby steps. Just take the little baby steps and not make it overwhelming for yourself, because when you get to where you want to go, guess what's going to happen? You're going to want to go somewhere else, because that's going to be the growth. So you've got to enjoy that ride, and every one of those little baby steps should be fun and fulfilling for you, just knowing that you're moving in the right direction. You're moving towards something that you really enjoy. And absolutely fuel for a happy soul. You want to have that stuff. So just stay on track with that stuff, and I promise you, some of it will happen overnight, but most of it takes time. But as you just keep doing this stuff, those cumulative results add up and they compound. It's like compounding interest. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger consistently. And where you go, where you are in 6 months from now is going to be light years ahead if you haven't done this stuff before. So hopefully this really helps everybody out here, and I appreciate your comments so much. I'm having such a great time in Canada. I've been trying to find Wi-Fi all day and a place to be able to have this conversation with you. I'm actually at a friend of my wife's and playing with kids, learning all about potty training. You can see all the toys back here, but it's been an amazing day. So, you know, I know for myself that I want to be bigger and I want to be bolder and I want to be braver in every single moment and live my true self, my true purpose. And I don't even know what all that is. I know what my primary purpose is, and we'll get into that in a video later this week. Hopefully, I got some good juicy stuff for you guys. But my secondary purpose, like, is still kind of coming out for me. So I want to be bigger and braver and bolder, in a moment, the next moment, as the next moment unfolds. I want to spread love and I want to spread joy. And I want to do what was previously thought impossible. And I know you do too. I know you really do. I know you want to prove all those people wrong that you said you couldn't do it. And you want to prove all those people right that supported you and be able to look back and say, thank you for always having my back and believing me. And all those other people, might want to be like, look at me now, motherfuckers. I did it. So stay on course and just enjoy every moment of it, and even the stressful ones, like, no, like, this is just the growth, so really enjoy this. And I see a bunch of you joining right now, and I would love to stay on and keep talking about this, but my battery is going dead and I got to get back to the kiddos here. So please share this. And at the end of this, subscribe to it if you haven't subscribed to the videos yet. I got some really, 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 really good stuff that I'm excited to share with you guys coming out. Oh, it's just, I've got a whole next level, and life is good, and I hope you're enjoying it. So stay on track, stay with the blueprint. I hope you've made it. We'll review it later this week as well, but the other day I realized the meaning of life, and I can't wait to be able to figure out how to explain it for you guys. So please subscribe, share, everything. Love you. Thank you for joining in, and keep shining your light, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much. Bye.